Hey, PCIC advocates and friends. This is Jessica, your legislative director from Pennsylvania Coalition for Informed Consent. I am here today to talk about two bills, two sister bills that have been introduced in both chambers of the Senate and the House. And from their memo, we know that the Senate and House are working together on these two bills, HB1828 and SB989. These bills are vaccine access bills, which means they want to continue allowing insurance companies in Pennsylvania to continue to pay for vaccines with no cost sharing, meaning no deductibles, no copays, no co-insurance. Insurers must cover immunizations recommended by the CDC's ACIP or Advisory Committee Immunization Practices as of January 1st, 2025. These bills are giving the Pennsylvania Department of Health the authority to add new immunization coverage and remove them if they're not effective. But they are allowing the Pennsylvania Department of Health to consider reports from non-governmental organizations or NGOs, and there are 6 to be exact: American Academy of Pediatrics, American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, American College of Physicians, American Academy of Family Physicians, Infectious Disease Society of America, and Society for Maternal and Fetal Medicine. PCIC stands for informed consent, and we will continue to do so. I do not care if you want to go get 0 vaccines or if you want to go get everything that's been on the schedule. That is your choice. What I do care about is being forced and mandated, as we saw during COVID, to take a vaccine. So if you want access, I don't want any mandates. And I really think that's a fair trade-off. In all honesty, I was not super worried about these bills until yesterday. I was watching the High Wire. I was watching last week's episode, and Amy Bond was on from California, and I'll link that video down in the comments. On the last day of session, on September 12th, there was a placeholder bill for the budget. That placeholder bill was gutted and replaced, and it was used for vaccines. It changed anything and everything in state statute that was related to ACIP and the CDC. It is handing all the power to California's Department of Public Health, and they are allowing the Academy of Pediatrics to make the recommendations. They no longer need any legislative process to add or remove vaccines required in California. They also strengthened liability protections for those administering vaccines. But from my understanding, this was already in place in California, but I guess for good measure, they did it again. Listen, I am not saying that I am against state sovereignty. In fact, it's just the opposite. We wanted, during COVID, for states to step up and not follow CDC recommendations. I believe health rights belong with the state. What I am against is no due process, no hearings, no public comment, done on the last day of session. These are shady tricks. This was all done in the name to improve access to healthcare services. Let's talk about the NGOs for a minute. Over the next few weeks, probably the next few days, we are going to be making social media posts and reels and showing you just how much money these 6 organizations are taking in from pharma. The organizations are captured, and now that ACIP is not, our lawmakers think it is a good idea to rely on these national organizations who have huge conflicts of interest in relation to our health decisions. I want to be very clear. These bills in Pennsylvania are for vaccine coverage by insurance companies. However, we know from experience that this is the first step. I just told you what happened in California, and let me point out, our budget in Pennsylvania is not done. It was due at the end of June. If they win this in Pennsylvania, what happens next? Is it our daycare or school schedules that they will go after? It's highly likely. I am asking you to join in this cause. Rally your neighbors, rally your friends, your family, and let your legislators know that we want no mandates. Monday is our upcoming lobby day. We will be there. We invite anybody to come lobby with us. And this is exactly what we're going to be talking about. If you can't do that, please call your legislators. I don't care if they are the most conservative or if they are the most liberal. They need to know how you feel. Your call needs to be to your representative and your senator. If you don't know who that is, again, I'll link it in the comments and you can find out who they are. Please, 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 do not sit around and think this is going to work itself out. Do this today. Share this video far and wide. Sound the alarm because we need you. Our children need you. And as always, thank you. We appreciate you all and stay tuned for our upcoming call to action.